Hey everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Sir Jill, and this time on Skyforge I'm going to be running Hespilon Temple for some new weapons and offhand equipment. Now, for those who haven't played, Hespilon Temple is a 5-man group. It's meant for 5 people. But I'm going to be doing it solo, so I'm going to be using my divine form. I'm also going to be using the class Outlaw because you get weapons. The main hand weapon, it depends on what class you're playing, on what will drop. So I need something stronger for my Outlaw. Since it's a new class, I only had Generation 4 rare equipment, and the other classes have Generation 3 epic, which is still better, apparently, than the new Generation 5 rare equipment that just came out. So I'm going to be trying to get some new Hellhound revolvers, which will increase the ranged damage once I get Generation 5 one. So right off the bat, the Outlaw's a little different from other classes. Its left click is a single target. Its right click reminds me of, if you've ever seen the movie Equilibrium, it's gun kata. It's pretty cool. It's if you right click, it's an area of effect around you, and you can move while doing it too. The C button puts you in a dual stance. It's kind of like old westerns. If you have two options with this. If you click one, it'll target 6 enemies, and it has a chance to do 10 times damage to enemies below elite. Also, if you want single target damage output, you can rotate between left and right clicking, and you'll do a nice burst bit of damage there. 2 is a grenade. I mean, it's just about self-explanatory. Now, what's interesting is if you're right clicking, you can click 2 and throw out multiple grenades. They do a little less damage, but there's multiple of them. 1 is a straight line shot that does bonus damage depending on how many stacks a mob has from your left click. Also, your ultimate R applies the stacks as if you were left clicking. Now, also, it applies a debuff to enemies that if you roll forward, it changes your ability. You can see on 1 when I roll forward. 1 will deal bonus damage if you use a roll forward right after you use this. You can also roll backward, and it's more of a CC option. You knock an enemy up into the air and fire at them for a short time. Alright, so I'm going to get started. I pop God form. And now I should be ready to go. You can see God form's pretty strong, especially once you unlock divine specializations. In fact, I can probably just move forward and I can grab a bunch of the enemies all at once. You'll see me pop off my divine ultimate. Now this divine ultimate is more for single target, and now I'm using my ultimate. Holy cow, the frame rate is dropping a little. Okay, so you see the ultimate for the Outlaw is like a rapid fire area of effect around the enemy. Now there's only 1 left. Pop him with that. There we go. So see, it's not even that hard. I think I already got those Hellhounds. So only from 53 to 56%. Not a big increase. So it looks like it's all epic weapon. Marion's hammer. See, usually, unless you, without a decent 5-man group, this can actually be pretty difficult, especially if you don't have a lot of bonuses, like damage bonuses, health bonuses, yada yada yada. Oh yeah, the 2 right there shows that I can use the grenades for free. It procs. It can proc when you're left clicking or right clicking. And it also increases the damage of the grenades. Another interesting thing to note is that when you're right clicking, the damage or the your mana bar basically refills when you kill an enemy while right clicking. There you have it. Now here's the final boss. I got 40 seconds left, but I don't think I need my ultimate. So I'll right click on the dual sense. Left, right. And look at that. That much damage right off there. Hop out Narion's hammer. Pick up some of these. These are from the bastions. You can right click after you pick them up to deal some damage. Turn on my ult. Just finish him off. And that's about it. I don't know. The other thing I want to get is an offhand. Looks like I did not get any offhands this time. It's called Fragment of Darkness. It has a chance when you're attacking to put on a damage over time on enemies. This shows you the rewards you got. I mean, aside from drops. You get divine deeds when you finish any mission in a divine form, and what that is you use those to upgrade divine specializations. And operation tokens are for operations. What operations are is any mission you complete, you get operation tokens, and it's kind of a scaling reward thing that they have. You can get a certain amount of currency that you would pay for real money, and you also get credits and knowledge of enemy. Sorry about that. Oh, see, so it reset. See, so I'll get some currency. This is what you would have to buy with actual money, and if you get into the this is if you get in the top 5. Now keep in mind, even if you don't get into the top 10, you can still get these the next day. And if you only get into the top 10 and not the top 5, you don't lose any of it. If you get into the top 5, you're automatically placed into this bracket next. If you get into the top 10, you're placed into this bracket next. So you don't lose any. As long as you work your way over time up to here, you'll get it all. You'll get all of the Argents. Okay, so since that was pretty short, I'm gonna run it again since I already got the item that I wanted. I'll run it as a different class. Let me get in there first, though. Let's see here. So I can go to equipment. I believe it's right here. Group. Enter. Number of members is too low. Who cares? I got divine form. I can take them. Alright, so this time I'm going to, let's see. I'll run it as... I kind of want to ask what you guys want me to run it as, but since I can't get an answer right away, I'll run it as the Kinetic. I do like the Kinetic. Makes me feel powerful. The Kinetic is kind of like the Force, Jedi style. Alright, so I'll explain it real fast for those who've never played. Kinetic is kind of a interesting, it's considered more of a caster class than like a straightforward damage class. I don't know, it's still straightforward damage. The reason why I say caster class is its divine form has a different ultimate than the single target lightning strikes that you saw. Okay, so 1 is kind of interesting. It has 3 charge stages. If you just tap it, it hits a single enemy and pushes them back. If you charge it up to the second stage, it's kind of a cone, does the same thing, pushes them back a little farther. If you do it all the way, it'll hit entirely around you in an area of effect, lift enemies up into the air to where they can't move or anything, and then slowly drop them, well, not slowly, slam them back down into the ground. 2 is a thing that slows enemies down, makes you float. You can dash for free, and it also increases your damage as long as you're inside of it. 3 is kind of a quick, you need to get out of there fast. It doesn't do much damage at the end there. With the little explosion, it does a little. The V button, it's kind of a field where it decreases the damage that you take. So yeah, you won't need that too often. It's usually if you pull on mobs. The ultimate, I'll show you. It's not a long cooldown. It's an area of effect that hits around you. Even though it hits only certain spots, it'll hit everything close to you, up to a certain amount, I believe. And every extra enemy that it hits, it does extra damage. The C button, I can't show you without an enemy to target. What it does is it lifts an enemy up into the air to where they can't move, and you always hit them critically. Enemies that can't lift, like bosses, it makes you take reduced damage from that mob. The 1 that I can't show you, the left click I should say, not 1. It's just a single target damage attack. The first enemy that you hit, it'll get a bunch of stacks, and then you can right click, and with your right click charged up, it takes off some of those stats and deals extra damage. Alright, so here we go, going into divine form. You see the big kinetic gloves. See, I'll show you the 1 right here. Oh, well, it killed most of them right away, but you saw them getting lifted up into the air. Alright, so here I'll just, once again, pull them all along. You'd never be able to do this without someone in divine form. I'm pretty sure. Well, I suppose you could with a good tank, with a good knight. Let me pop down my defense here. Okay, so here you'll see my divine ultimate. It's like a tornado that picks them all up. I can throw down my my 1 there. Should have put down my Narion Hammer out. Let me put out this again. My ultimate. I think they're all dead. Aside from the boss. Oh no, there's one guy left. I think. Oh! Okay. I was missing that one. Okay, so there we go. Grabbed all that. Didn't even get a offhand, which is what I want. I think getting offhands is rare compared to the normal weapons. At least that's what it feels like. Just pull all of them. Now what's interesting is those trash mobs that you see with the diamonds right there. They're weak health wise, but they do more damage on average than like these mobs with the special icons. So you usually, when you're in a group, you want to kill those trash mobs first. There are some different conditions. Let's see, like the demons, And interesting to note, the demons. I've never played it, but this game is made by the developers of Outlaw, I guess is how you call it. What's interesting is the demons are from that game, and they have some interesting abilities where, like, they have the tank class demons, and if you kill the minions, the tanks will get a damage boost to where they can perform a massive hit. So you can see my right clicks here. Oh, I gotta kill this guy. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention because I was explaining the demons. There you go, Hammer. Freaking love that ability. What was... oh. Yeah, Trick or Treat to you too. So this guy's from, this guy right here, he's just from the Halloween event. He pops up and you can kill him for some goodies. It may not seem like the Kinetic's not too great on single target damage, but you gotta understand that this guy's a 4 bars with 10 billion health. Yeah, he's actually doing pretty good damage too, which is what I'm surprised at. I always like keeping it on the that spinning rock. The spinning rock, you can get to it rotates between the two every time. And that spinning rock, you can right click as soon as the bar's filled to start charging your next one. There we go. Almost 3 billion HP damage right there. Oh, whoop, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, so, alright, now the tornado spinning thing, it doesn't do as much damage as the single target one, but it does increase your damage by 30% as long as it's affecting the enemy. It also does CC bosses for a short time, so it's not too bad. I just hit him. Look at that. In fact, that boss almost had the same amount of health as that 4-bar event guy. So, yeah, let's see if I got what I was looking for. Nope, I did get this. Increases the effectiveness of your abilities that boosts target stacks by 16.50%. So you see, that's good for like a support, because supports have an aura, but I think, yeah, it's still not as good as the Epic from Generation 3. But I didn't get a Fragment of Darkness when they brought this new patch. So that's what I'm trying to get, to see how much the damage over time is once I do get it. Okay, what I was saying before I was scatterbrained and closed the game was, I guess I'll leave it here right now. I'm kind of scatterbrained right now. I don't know if it's because I'm tired. I accidentally, instead of exiting the instance, I closed the game. So, my bad. I can run through some of the other classes if you guys want to see them and me explain what their abilities are and maybe how you should rotate through things. Like, I really like, you know, after the update, I've switched between classes a lot more than before the update. If I had to be completely honest, before the update, I always played as the gunner. Always, 100%. But yeah, you just let me know. And thank you all for watching. If you did like the video, hit like and subscribe. And go ahead and share it if you want. And I hope to see you all next time. Have a good one, all.